A room filled with photo frames, memories of a beautiful girl, from childhood to womanhood. The woman from the wall of memories is in a deep sleep on the bed, but not alone. There's a man beside, who's staring at her, with an expression of joy and relief. Unknown man. You all might be wondering why I look so happy now. There is a reason to be. I'm in bed with my first love. If you closely look at the photo frames, you will find me in one of them. I have the greatest love story of all. I'm not bluffing. It's a fact. All right, it's not easy to believe these things, but you'll understand once I finish telling my story. My name is Abhay. I wonder what made my parents think of such a name. Anyways, I had developed exactly the opposite personality for what my name stands for. I was an introvert and a loner with no friends. I was a non-existent entity, whose name only appeared in attendance. Nobody cared or noticed me. I was often bullied by my classmates in school. My life was a disaster, till she walked in. It was 9th grade. Our classroom teacher introduced a transfer student. Her name was Maya. I had never believed in love at first sight, until that first sight. As usual, my day went as always. I was bullied by my classmates, my bag thrown into thrash, etc., etc. But the following day, while I was being bullied, Maya walked in and took a stand against them. She spoke for me, even grabbed me by hand, took me to the principal's office, and stood by me, even though I was a complete stranger to her. She looked like a superhero, a savior, a messiah. I might be over-exaggerating, but it felt like getting warmth of sunlight in the North Pole. She was not just good to me, she would stand for everyone and was down to earth, an extrovert, and also had this charisma, where everyone would fall in love with her momentarily. I know what people would be wondering. She is exactly the opposite of me. True, she is, which is why I love her more than myself. And after that incident, we never spoke. Frankly, I never thanked her for her aid. I was too anxious and scared to talk to her. Then, one day, on the 26th of July, she gave me chocolate. You might have guessed by now, right? It was her birthday. I was again too anxious to wish or thank her. Just like that, 3 years passed and we completed our school. She chose to become a doctor and went on to pursue, and I followed her footsteps. She never noticed me, even though I ended up in the same college and even the same class. I was just good at concealing my presence. Being around her and looking at her every day were my happiest days. She, as always, made many friends. In no time became a popular person in the whole campus. As she would shine like bright star, her light attracted many guys, but she was never concerned herself with them, until Prithvi took notice. Well, to talk about Prithvi, it's like what I'm not, and what I should. I've been, you probably understand with this. To brief you in short, he's a senior, who is a top scorer in academics and sports. Almost forgot also among girls. One day on our Cultures Fest, Maya was performing on stage in front of the crowd. While dancing, she was on the edge of the stage before she could realize she slipped. Fortunately, she was fine, but unfortunately, I was not, 'cause he fell into Prithvi's arms. Since then, he started stalking her openly. See the difference between me and him? I remained in her shadows, whereas he made her feel his presence like bright light. Eventually, Maya also fell in love. They were happy. I was happy for her, but not for me. Yet I did not have the courage to take a step. Thus, I remained away. It was third year in college, and all the students wanted to go on a trip, but the college authorities didn't agree upon. Thus, Maya took initiative and planned for students-only trip with shared expenses. She was inviting all, and she spoke to me after so long. She asked my name and also asked if I belonged to the class. I was happy to finally talk to her, even though we've been to same school and college now. Even though I wanted to remain away from her, when she invited me for the trip, I said yes. But on the day of our trip, I realized Prithvi was also tagging along. Again, I was very happy to be on the trip with Maya, and also very sad that Prithvi was there too. It was a fun and memorable trip for Maya. I was happy for her. On our last night of the trip, we had stayed in a resort. It was located on top of hill. That night, I was wandering around the resort, then came across Prithvi's room and saw Maya with Prithvi and his 4 guy friends sitting and chatting. Just I was walking away, saw Prithvi's friend offering Maya alcoholic drinks, which she refused. Then he secretly mixed it with a Coke and offered her. As I was watching, they also added some powder at her drinks. I was too scared to speak up. As Maya consumed the drink, she fell unconscious. Then Prithvi lifted her, put her on his bed. Then I learned he was not what Maya and others had thought of him. He never loved her. He and his friends wanted to take advantage of her kind and humble self. I built up courage and knocked on the door. One of the guys answered the door. I told him, I want to talk to Maya. He got tensed, murmured to others in the room. Then Prithvi came to door, said Maya is tired and sleeping, thus told me to see her in the morning. As Prithvi tried closing the door, I forced myself inside. They were all shocked. I confronted them. I told them, I saw what they did with Maya, and I won't let them wrong her anymore. They all looked at each other and Prithvi approached me and said, if you want to be part of it, no issues. You just have to wait in the line. I got furious over his words and punched him and grabbed him. We both started exchanging blows. Then his friends grabbed me and separated us. Then they dragged me to the balcony and tried to throw me off it and making it look like an accident. While they tried to do, I grabbed Prithvi's collar and we both fell from the top of the hill. Yes, I died. Maya never realized what happened. She was told by Prithvi's friend that I killed him over my obsession towards her. She wept for him. It's all right. I was finally able to say, thank Maya for standing up to me in high school. You might be wondering how I'm still here. When I'm dead, I only lost my physical self. But this is the soul talking. It's been 2 months since the incident. She wept for him before going to bed. It's fine by me, even if she hates me. I'll always be her shadow and protect her. So, don't you think? I have the best love story.